Robert Seaman. Look at him. Just your average, ordinary, middle American white guy that looks like he's had that McDonald's loyalty card a little too accessible for a little too long. But this middle America fatty is now inmate number 50524 after being arrested and charged for the systematic, repeated, hard R-ing of a 10-year-old, Corrine Gump. I absolutely despise the fact that I have to say hard R. It's ridiculous that they took our words from us. But moving on. And this is his victim, beautiful, precious, wonderful Corrine Gump, 10 years old. And I want you to look at the light in the life in her eyes. And you know, little Corrine lives with her grandparents, Bill and Judy Schmidt. But just prior to little 10-year-old Corrine having to suffer through the indignity and the trauma of being questioned and testifying in a courtroom against this dirtbag, mysteriously in the middle of the night, Bill and Judy's home caught on fire. And sadly, even though the emergency response crews arrived there in a timely fashion, Bill and Judy Schmidt and young Corrine passed away as a result of this house fire. And so the authorities there thought the same thing you and I do, that it's pretty coincidental that the day of the trial, the house burns to the ground and everyone inside passes away. And so they sent out a team of fairly competent investigators and they actually determined that this house fire had been set intentionally. And so they further charged Robert Seaman with multiple counts of murder after they determined that he had caused this house fire that resulted in this family passing away. And I couldn't think of anything more appropriate than the death sentence for a monster like this, not even as a result of the murders, but simply as a result of what he did to the child. And it's difficult to understand the sort of evil that resides inside of the spirit of a person who's willing to do these things to a child and then completely murder the entire family. And typically the end of the story would be that this worthless coward would be spending the rest of his life behind bars somewhere in a dirty prison. But you know what? Just like every other coward I've ever met, this worthless pile of human excrement decided on his way into the courtroom that he was too scared to face life in prison, and so he shuffled his worthless 300-pound frame over to the handrail and he jumped off the balcony. Oh, look at him there. Isn't that sad? Matter of fact, I'd like to walk over and peel that sheet back and take a piss on his face. Rotten hell, homeboy. And little one, I'm truly sorry that one of us couldn't have been there to intercede on your behalf. I'm sorry.